Well, hello. It is exactly 6 o'clock Central Time. I'm very punctual. And we are in the Northwoods of Wisconsin. How you guys doing? I see there's a few folks teed up here. We got Jean, Annette, Lab Mom, Shaylee Smith from Colorado. What's going on? Marcos, Texas. We got Jean, Lorraine, Scott, a favorite from New York State. Oh, man, I have New York State. Do I have one more New York State? I've got some New York State stuff coming. Jean is here. And Ellis, what's up, Ellis? Guys, we're going to need some prayers tonight. We've got I need some help, some personal help here. We need some prayers. Some bad stuff's happening. Sickness, not me, but we're going to talk about it. I'm doing okay. Immediate, but it's in the immediate family, so it's some not so good news. We've got Cat's Gallery from Southern California, Merritt Fish Girl, Merritt, Cole and Carla, Timothy, Pam, Brian, and Red Rooster, Crazy Red. How's it going, man? By the way, see my Paul Bunyan's sweatshirt, Paul Bunyan's hat. Paul Bunyan's Minocqua is no more. It's been closed for a couple of years. Well, it's been closed since COVID, and it's really sad. I don't think it's going to reopen. It's an iconic place. The kids grew up the core years of their youth going to Paul Bunyan's, the Paul Bunyan's breakfast. Have any of you been to Paul Bunyan's in Wisconsin? I think the one in Hayward is still going. Lady Midnight, what's going on from England? We got Mia, we got Cynthia. Can't keep up now. Looks like we got a lot of friends here. The community is checking in. What's going on? Yeah, it's been a while. I want to do more live streams, but I'm kind of shied away from it. I'm on the laptop now because of this horizontal thing. The YouTube messed with it again, and I don't want to go live and then fumble around and then have to shut it down. And there's no way to really experiment. So I don't know what I'm going to do. But for now, we're going to be doing, we're going to do the laptop tonight. Nora says, sending love. Therese, thanks. Prayers for you and your family. So yeah, let me jump right into the first part. The thing I want to ask a favor of all you guys, the gang. I really need your help. It's not about money. It's not about buying merch. It's about prayers. I need you to seriously, because I believe in prayer. I have to say, haven't been a big believer. You guys know from the episodes or the talks we did at the fireplace and kind of where I'm at in between, and spiritual, but not religious. Anyway, there is a higher power, I think, because, I've been doing some praying and it ain't coincidence. So I'm starting to come around. But for those of you that believe in the higher power and God and all of that, I really need your help. So do you guys remember on a couple of live streams, I know one at least up here, Mamasita would kind of come behind me, and that's my mother-in-law. She's from Ecuador. She's 85 years old. And Mamasita loves you guys. And we talk, she loves the YouTube channel, but she doesn't want to stick her head in too much. But you've seen her. I can't remember the episodes, but in the background, and actually I think I brought her into one, to say hi. But anyway, she has been diagnosed very recently in the last 2 months, not even 2 months ago, with pancreatic cancer. And now we have found out in the last few weeks that it's very advanced. It's inoperable. We thought at first she might just have a couple of months left. So a lot of scrambling, getting things in order. Obviously, all the families coming from all over the country, the extended family and Mamasita is my mother-in-law, but she's my mom. I mean, I'm telling you. This is really tough. She's 85 and the best of health, but now this bad news. She went in for another problem, and they did a scan, and it's like, oh boy, So pancreatic, I think, I don't know if it's the liver also, but it's pretty advanced. And I guess it's been diagnosed as the aggressive type. So the better news we got 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, is from the oncologist down in Chicago, which is where she is. I'm in Wisconsin. Is that she if she does nothing, she maybe has a year left. And there's some special drugs that she's on right now to trick her body to believe that she has a pancreas. And I guess it's some drug that makes up and digests the food and breaks down the proteins and whatever. And I don't know how long that's going to go. For each packet of pills, or it's like $2,400. So we're like, of course, we're going to make that all happen, and it's a lot of it's not covered. So, but that's not the problem. That's not, we don't need help from you. We need prayers. The primary prayer is no pain. She's not in pain now. She's in good spirits, of course, first getting over the news and accepting the situation. I think that's when you're given news like this. I could only imagine that it takes time to like go, oh my God, this is like it. And then, so yeah, prayers for no pain, because she's not going to get chemo. That would be maybe 3 years on and then horrible suffering. You guys all know and hear about chemotherapy and all this kind of experimental, and she's decided not going to do any of that. So she's going to go back to Ecuador. The doctor said, if you leave now, like next week, go back and tell the extended family, because they don't know yet, and then come back in a couple of weeks. And that's taking a risk, but she wants to go. And then, I believe that could be a miracle. Now we're getting a second opinion and second scan. I don't think that's going to change anything, but I'm thinking that something could happen. And that's where your prayers come in, you guys. Just if you could do us, our family, a favor and prayers for Mamasita. The first, no pain, and whatever you want to pray, all good things. It's in God's hands, right? That's where we're at. So I want to let you guys know and really ask you that. So and while we're on the bad news, my best friend from grade school just died like just over a week ago. It was a shock. Randy Swift. I don't know if you guys remember. On my other channel, there was a video called Randy Swift Day. And I had lost touch with him for, we were grade school best friends all the way up until high school. And then I moved away, and I didn't talk to him for decades, and reconnected about 10 years ago. And I did a video on my other channel, Randy Swift Day, where I flew Randy up in my caravan seaplane to the lake. And then we went to Little Bohemia, the John Dillinger shootout place. And we just had a great experience. And then he drove home in this Monte Carlo that he has. And that's a whole nother story. And it was just a cool thing. If you want to watch it on my other channel, BUSHPILOT Explorer, just look up. Maybe I'll put the link in after this. I'm done with this, but I'm really sad because I was, oh man, I knew he called. I didn't hear from him on Father's Day, like I usually hear, at Christmas, and then I was like, oh man, something's wrong, because trying to call him, no call back. And finally I heard back from him, and he said, Ron, that it's liver cancer. It's got me, and it's advanced, and they're trying to figure it out. But it was so progressive that literally a week and a half ago, I think 2 weeks, I was on the trail cutting the grass, and I looking at it, I got a text, and it's like his daughter said, Robin said, he doesn't, because I was trying, I came to Chicago to see him, but he was going into the hospital, and I couldn't like intrude, and I wasn't getting a message back, so I couldn't go see him. So I was like, all right, next week she said he doesn't have much time. So I literally said, okay, I'm coming tomorrow morning, tell him. She said, well, he can't talk, but he can blink. And I'm like, holy cow. So I got all my stuff ready. I was getting all the stuff ready. And literally an hour later, 2 hours later, I got a text that she said, Randy's passed. And I'm like, oh my God. So this is my third and last best friend that I lost. All my best friends are dead. My best friend, Daryl, died in his, this was 25 years ago, 30 years ago. And then Rebel from college, he died. I didn't even know. I read an obituary. So, I'd lost touch with him for a while, and then he's dead. So, this is advice is hold your family close and your friends almost as close or as close. And if you guys have friends that you haven't seen for a long time, reach out and just say, hey, thinking about you. And I was lucky that I did that with Randy, but I didn't get to see him. And I'll just say this, the last thing on Randy that just breaks my heart is that I did talk to him like 3 or 4 days before I got that terrible text, because I was, or maybe it was the week before. And the last thing he said to me, he said, and he sounded so down and sad. Like I talked to him the week or two before, and he sounded like Randy, but he sounded really worn out and sad. And I was like, oh man. And he said to me, his last words were, thanks for caring. And that was it. And that's the last words of Randy to me. So anyway, prayers for Mamasita. And Randy, rest in peace. I'm going to be going to his service this Saturday. So I'll be going back to Chicago again. So going back to Chicago, I am going to film a couple of stories, and I'll catch up with your comments, hopefully. Sorry, I've been battling away here. Thank you for all the prayers. Yeah, it means a lot, and I really feel like it's powerful. So whatever you guys can do would be cool. Now, by the way, I have Cody here, and I have a big knuckle bone from the butcher shop. Cody. Now, a half hour ago when I pulled this out, she immediately stopped playing and smelled it. But now, what do I have? Come on up here. Here's the bone. So let me see if we can sit nice. Give me the paw. Give me your paw. Give me a paw. All right. Okay, go lay down somewhere. Go in the grass. Go in the grass. And by the way, who wants to have cheese and crackers? Anybody? I'm prepared tonight out on the deck. How's that? Paul Bunyan's. You have a Norway, Minnesota, Norway, Wisconsin. Is it a real Paul Bunyan's? I didn't know there was one there. And by the way, I do have a big orange juice screwdriver. I got a little vodka in there. So let's toast to Randy, okay? So I am going to Chicago. Hey, Flo, what's going on? Flo, come on, have a cocktail. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Actually, it's 6 o'clock here. So I'm going to Chicago, and I'm going to film with Britton. Remember Britton? Hey, thanks, Ray Crumpler. $2. Thanks for the prayers, buddy. Appreciate it. It means a lot. And I'm going to go through all of your comments. I haven't been able to really look at them yet, but I'm going to go through and read all your comments tonight before I go to bed. So yeah, Britton and I have a story we're going to do on Saturday. So and I've got some really good content coming up into Halloween, September. But I think that the thing I want to tell you is that with Mamasita, and I got to tell you, it's been all hands on deck, as you can imagine, running around, got to be there, it's the hospital, it's everybody chipping in. So I'm going to be going back and forth. It's going to be crazy. We are to Chicago, and I'm going to be really tied up with that and my friend dying. And when I go back to Arizona in October, mid to late October for the season, having a pole barn being built, it's going to be insane having stuff relocated there. So after October 31st, which will be the grand finale, Halloween episode, I'm going to take a break. I don't know how long. It might be several weeks. It might be several months. But I just want to let you guys know we're good until October 31st. But then, because I'm not filming, I'm going to film with Britain and one or two others. But I'm kind of done filming right now. It's most of my editing's done, and I got to be all hands on deck for Mamasita and this other. I'm just going to be taking a huge break. In November, I have a friend coming to Arizona, coming through with his family. We're going to do probably a gold. I'm going to take him to he's a real big historian researcher. I'm going to take him to a gold mine from the 1800s, a ghost town that really nobody knows about. And if he can dig up research, so I might do that, but I really am going to have no content for several weeks minimum, probably past New Year's. I don't know. I could come back in a month. I could come back late next year. I have no idea. I got things are really fluid now, and family comes first, mom. And I just got to deal with that. So I hope you guys understand, and I hope you hang in there. But yeah, so to talk about what's, I wanted to share with you a few things that are coming up, but let me catch up. Yeah, thanks, Carla. I appreciate that. Carla says, take your time, Ron. Just be with your family. And Lindsay said, just watch the episode you made on May Woolsey, the trunk that was found 100 years later. Oh, yeah, that was wasn't that a neat episode I stumbled across? Well, that was suggested. I can't remember who. That was in near San Francisco. Wow, that was a good one. Haunting, right? If you guys haven't seen that, check that one out, where the before she died, from beyond, she wrote a letter to her mother. It was, really haunting. Went to her grave. Tommy the cat, yeah, thanks, buddy. You could take a year off, and we'd all understand. I won't be taking a year off. I love doing this. I like to set lower expectations because I know I have the constant itch, and I'm driven by the stories. And then I get a story. Like there's a story in Milwaukee that I was going to do. New viewer, Mariana, Texas, $5. Thank you. It was me looking up my dad's families. I never knew all their names. Yeah, prayers for comforted. Very cool. Yeah, so, but I'll give you an example. I've kind of written that one. I just don't want to do it. It's about a little boy and he was murdered. And okay, but then it turned out that the guy that did it was mentally challenged. And in those days, by the way, they called him in the newspaper a moron. That was like in the 50s. And worse. And that was like normal terms. I was like, holy, because I go, I look up a lot of the archives a lot of time. Deb helps me too. And I was just like, I just don't want to tell that story. It would get a lot of views because I got a lot of picture stuff. And I just don't want to do it. And I'm not going to do it. I might do it someday, but it's like, there's a story in central Wisconsin and I really want to do it. I just heard about it. It's a tragedy that happened and I just feel connected to it. And then the story with Britain's intriguing. It's from Victorian times. So, and then I think I'm going to, I know the story, but I'm going to try to let, if I don't keep my mouth shut, let Britain, all I do is like Britain talk louder because he's not mic'd up. But Rose Hill, we're going to be at Rose Hill and it could be jets and noise and like Britain. But so we're going to hook up. And then what else? I got a story for you guys. The top story in Chicago I'm going to be doing is of a monster. He was a monster, a mobster that you have never heard of. That was one of the worst. It's like going to be a breakthrough story. Did a lot of research, newspaper stories, nothing on YouTube, never, no Capone and no O'Banion and no Patty Murray. No, there's nothing hardly on this. And I dug it up. Actually, Dustin Burrell, again, came through and suggested that one. I was like, and I saw the guy's face. He had a mugshot, and I'm like, this guy is freaking scary. I am gonna do. And then when I looked up the story, you are not gonna believe what happened. Like trial, execution, I'll tell you that, and just the most bizarre crap happened. Sorry, I'm like, so I'm gonna probably turn that one around because I'm really excited to share this story with you guys, and it's I got a lot of details from the court case, the when he was convicted, and everyone thought he was going to get off, and but anyways, so yeah, everything. Thanks for your prayers, Luann and Debbie. Debbie says, I am reading for the month of August to bring awareness to cancer and ask for donations to fight. Very good, Debbie. That's very cool. Thank you. So, yeah, true. Crap happens while storytelling, Red Rooster. I know when and I'm very good on YouTube's pretty anal about profanity. I got another notice, not for me, but a general notice to Heida Marie. Heidelbear's here for $10. Hi, everyone. Shout out Heidelbear for the Cliff Mine Cemetery. Wasn't that a cool adventure? Man, that was great. Here's a Heidelbear. Patty's heading to Indiana tomorrow. Thanks, Heidelbear. Let's see. People need to hear that more often. We need to know the other cases that others care. My favorite cheese is the pepper jack. And then I like this too. But I don't like sharp cheddar. I don't like goat's milk or goat's cheese or whatever it is. I don't like Swiss cheese. I don't like any of that stuff. What do you guys like? Ann Jeffords, I enjoy your contact. I could tell you some crazy stories from the British Isles. I was just there for a month, 40 stories plus. Say hi to my friends, relatives in Milwaukee. Okay. I will get there eventually, I'm sure. It would be fun for you to check out the town of Arran. Is that in Ireland or Scotland or England? Unfortunately, I'm not going to be going back to England, if ever, or for a long, long time, because I spent a month there. And next year, I am still planning to go to Portugal and Spain, and that might be my comeback. But I'll probably be back before then. Who knows? Doing something. But I'm also doing some other things. So I am ramping down. I'm not putting out as much content. Barbara loves pepper jack. Yes, you and I. Oh, great for grilled cheese. I never even thought of that. Grilled cheese, pepper jack. That's a great idea instead, because you usually put the Kraft cheese on there, and that's pretty good. Pepper jack would be great. I'm going to do that. Got to be fattening, huh? Flo for $50. You're crazy, Flo. Are you going to be in Chicago soon? When are you coming back? We got to hook up with Britain. When I talked to Scott, when I was with Scott, and I communicate with Scott, Scott on Tape, go check his channel out. I know a lot of you guys watch Scott. He's in touch with Britain. I think they communicate, and they might be doing something together. How cool is that? We're all like, Scott's a great guy. Guy has a big heart. Okay, he's like a stand-up guy, the real deal. He's not a fake. So feta cheese. All right, vet. Colby cheese, Sam. We got all the cheeses. Munster. I don't think I like Munster. Brian likes Munster. Grilled cheese consists of 4 to 5 cheeses. Yeah. Well, you're like the pizza man with all the multi-cheeses. Yep, Ash, Scott on Tape is awesome. Flo says just had cataract surgery and doctor. Okay, how'd it go? Go all right, I assume, because you're watching me, so that's good. God, I'm lucky with my eyes. No problems so far. But I'm getting older, guys. Look at this gray hair. Ho ho ho! It's really coming in. It's all this stress. Stress with Mamasita. I can tell you, it's been sleepless nights. Red Rooster, can you see me? No, I can't. Peggy says, sad news, right decision. We'll be waiting. Thank you. But like I said, we're good through Halloween. Like all this stuff's done. It's already in YouTube. There's a couple of more episodes. I think, well, there's one huge episode from Orkney. Okay. It's an hour long. It's several locations. It's a big pirate story. You won't find the story anywhere on YouTube really, except some BS narration. And I went to the place where the crew was captured, and I got permission. And oh man, this was a big project. Several ferry trips. You can't just go there. That's what's cool about UK. You've got the Shetland Islands. You have, what was the movie Prometheus? What were those islands? I want to go there someday. It's just, they're south of England. What are those islands? Isle of Man, the Shetland Islands. There's all kinds of cool islands. And then when I did the episode on the real Uhtred, those islands, I mean, there's just, the North Sea is amazing, but it's scary. Aleutians, yeah. I'll tell you something, Red Rooster. If you go on my BUSHPILOT channel and you look up, have you heard of Attu? The island of Attu, where the Japanese invaded in World War II, and they got a foothold in America. It was more of a propaganda. It's an island that's almost to Russia, right? Attu, and what was the other one? And I planned an expedition there, and it's a place where the Aleutian Islands, Dutch Harbor. Now, once you get west of Dutch Harbor towards Russia and all those little islands, the weather is basically horrible. It's like the dangerous catch. What do they call it? Deadliest catch. It's like that kind of weather every day except 1 or 2 days a month, where you could get to Attu. And I found a place on the island. And now this is where the US, our troops came and, basically kicked the Japanese out. There was a battle. They killed most of them. And I found and you can't get there. You can get there by tour boat. Like, it's very hard. And you got to stay on these trails because there's live mines and ammunition. And it's all still there because nobody goes there. So I had an expedition planned in my caravan. This is right before COVID, where there's 2 expeditions I was going to do, after all the Franklin stuff, I was going to do that. I found a lake beneath a volcano that was protected from the ocean that I could land on. Because, you can't land in the ocean. You can, but the tides, you can't park the plane. I'm not going to anchor it and have it just wash up, so many bad things can happen. So anyway, that was one expedition. Then COVID messed that up. And the other was the Mad Trapper of the Rat River. If you go on my other channel, I tell that story. And I show how I was going to go to Fort McPherson in the Yukon and then go down the river to where this guy, the Mad Trapper, the story of the Mad Trapper, crazy story of this guy in the, I was thinking the 1940s or 50s. No, 1930s. And I'm not even going to start telling you the story. There's a criminal, and they blew his house, his cabin up. And you can still there's probably a depression in the ground. And I was going to metal detect and look for his rifles because he had several rifles, but never came to be. So what are we talking about here? Oh, I was talking about some of the stuff coming up. All right, so I'm going to do some stuff. I'm going to do one with Britain. So you saw the Donnellys, the Donnelly clan, the Black Donnellys got a lot of hits, man. Ghost Mine did pretty good. Of the Cliff Mine. Thank you, Heidel Marie, again. And then decent views on the Crandon episode. Very sad story, Stirling Castle. Now, this weekend, I've got an axe murder. I'm just going to say the woman, this goes back to the 1800s, and I call her the Goldilocks axe murderess. So that's coming out Sunday night. And then next week, I have a episode coming out midweek that's really good. And there's not too much on YouTube on it, from England. And it's a creepy terrible story, terrible place. And then the Sunday after, I have a scandal that I shot in. This is in the a baseball team scandal, and this goes back to the I think the 1920s. And I had to go out to Forest Lawn Cemetery to shoot that story, and I got kicked out of there, but I got enough footage in to edit and craft the video together. I'm telling you, I don't think I'm going back to LA. Is the worst. They've just got a problem with people filming at cemeteries, and it's the only place. I did run into a problem in Quebec with having someone hassle me at a cemetery. French, if you're in Quebec, it's French speaking. I couldn't understand, but they were all over me, and I got through the video. But LA is the worst, and I don't think I'm gonna. I don't know. Maybe it's the way people act in the cemetery. When I was in that cemetery called Rose Angeles, I think it was called, I got kicked out of there in the middle, and that was the daughter of Rasputin, and I pulled off the video production, but the guy was cool. The security guard, he goes, the reason is because he told me all the stories, the nefarious things they do at some of these LA cemeteries. They have sex during the day. There's a lot of witchcraft. Now, I'm not saying it's everywhere, but at that cemetery, he told me some horrendous stories that I'm not going to get into. And I'm like, well, I don't blame you for kicking people unless it's somebody doing visitation. Just kick everybody else out. So getting back to, I have an upstate New York story that's going to come midweek after that. And then August 31st, I've got a story from Yorkshire, England, and it's way out in the country, and it's a crazy story of corpses on roads. I'll just leave it at that. And then I've got a cool story from Chicago, and then a Mount Carmel, huge 1 hour, almost 1 hour Mount Carmel. A lot of you have been asking for a Mount Carmel walk. So Deb and I put something together. I did almost a one, and Cheryl Daggs, if you see this, you know whose grave I ended up at. So I did, we got Ancestry, and it's like a 55-minute. We'll do that on Sunday night, this will be September 7th. So in between that, I'll have some fillers. I do have a Christmas episode on Christmas Day already done. So if you won't hear from me, and then all of a sudden Christmas Day, there's going to be an episode because I did it already. So it's December 25th, 8 p.m. Central. So then when we hit Halloween, we're going to have half of the stuff from England and maybe 2/3, and some really good stuff from Canada and United States. So we have a pretty decent month already lined up for Halloween, and then that's pretty much it for me for a while. I will disappear, but I'll keep tabs on comments and things. So yeah, Mary Lee, Mount Carmel, you guys up for that? So let me see what you guys, so yeah, what's going on? Pimento cheese spread. We're still talking about cheese. Hello from Fresno. Oralia Mazwadi. Good to see you here. What else? Let me go back a little bit here. Thanks, Sue Wu. I'll pray for your mother-in-law. Sending good wishes. Thank you, Red Rooster. You remember the bad neighborhood? Is that the one? How about the one in Birmingham, Alabama? That's the worst place I've ever been to. That scared the living crap out of me. I had to get out of there. You guys saw that, right? You could tell I was nervous. And I'm concealed carry, and I'm well prepared, but that's the last thing I want to do is get in a confrontation. I had 2 confrontations unprovoked by me that saved me. You guys have been around, you know that story. Janet says a while back, I hope you eventually come back to Massachusetts and do the story of New England female serial killer. Who's that? Who's the serial killer? That sounds intriguing. And I love Massachusetts, love New England. So like you guys know, I went through Vermont just last month. Yeah, that Jane says, yeah, that Birmingham one was creepy. Kay, wishing you well from Fargo. Thank you. We got Yuppie 56, Luby from Croydon, London. And let's see who else. Hey, from Kansas. How is everyone? Margaret, are you in Lawrence? Are you in Kansas City? Are you in Wichita? Margaret, where are you at? I did a cool story in Wichita, around Wichita, of the blue haired, what was the blue crying, the blue woman. I don't remember. It was around Wichita. Let's see. Alice says, Brian Henry, Ron has experienced paranormal. Yeah, I have a paranormal channel that Britton and I did together, but it really didn't take off. So we quit. But there's some good episodes there, I think. Really didn't find anything intriguing. Like, we investigated it pretty seriously and pretty honestly and did not find any ghosts too much. Lisa Kuhn, thanks for the $10. Very cool. Lisa, where are you from? Cheryl, Sweet Pea, Cheryl from Toronto. We got Sweden. Hannah is in the house. Hannah Nilsson. Chalet Smith. Mom loves Cuello Blanco. You didn't give it enough time, Ron. For what? Oh, the paranormal? Well, you know what, Flo? Part of it was the views weren't going up. So that, if you don't get new recruits and new subscribers and views, then it didn't have momentum. And we had some experiences where we just got snow jobbed by people, and, people that were supposedly psychics. And, I'm not totally down on it, giving up, but it just kind of ran out of steam. But you're probably right. I could have given it a little more time. But usually I have a pretty good instinct when things are going, not really, like this channel is just continually such a great, a lot of it's the great community that we have. It just gets me going. And Amberil, I can almost see Father's Day and Dirty Dancing sitting in the chair behind you. Ah, Dirty Dancing. What do you see? Do you see the lake here? This is our lake. It's kind of a cloudy, it was sunny before, but boy, we've been getting the smoke here from Canada. Man. D says, paranormal, you got to have she energy in you for it to happen. I agree. There are people that are gifted, and it would be really cool to meet one. I believe they're out there, but I think they're not advertising on the internet. Okay. Because I did some of that searching, and that was a joke, a bunch of fakes. Today, no smoke, great clean air. Were you at Red Rooster again? Are you out east? I can't remember. But yeah, we still, like, yesterday wasn't bad, but the day before we just got. What's interesting is I was looking at the heat map of the smoke in Canada, and a lot of it was in the Arctic, the subarctic, I should say, of Manitoba. I think it was Saskatchewan. Which is where I spent a lot of time with my seaplane, doing expeditions. Churchill was like a center 2 weeks ago. And there's a trading post I found on this Nenjanalini Lake. If you go on the map and look at Churchill, Manitoba, which is where the polar bears are, it's the highest density of polar bears in the world. And you go west, like 70 miles, there's this whole lake chain called Nenjanalini. And I found a Hudson's Bay trading post from way back, and I did a blog. If you go to my blog, BUSHPILOT Explorer, I think, In Search of Franklin, can't remember, but anyway, it was unbelievable. It was a time capsule, because the only way to get there was by helicopter or hiking from a lake I landed in, and there was beds still, there was shelves where the stores, and this was for the caribou people, the Dene people, the caribou people that lived up there, a big tribe that's pretty much now wiped out. It's very sad. 10,000 years, these people are following the caribou, and the Canadian government brought them to Churchill by force in the 40s or 50s and basically wiped the whole tribe out almost with disease, and they couldn't survive the winter. They couldn't hunt. And it's just, and basically the prime minister himself or somebody 10 years ago apologized, like formal apology to those people. But I met descendants, and the Hudson Bay, the Hudson, and it's, by the way, it's not Hudson Bay. I see so many people, it's Hudson's with an S, Hudson's Bay Trading Company. They're a big trading company along, and they competed with the Ashley. Anyway, so this trading post, I'm guessing, has been burned out now. It's history gone. Like there was a butcher scale still on the counter. I'm like, holy crap. So I didn't, nobody's taking anything, but it's probably gone now. I'm really sad. Oh yeah, Cecil, how'd your surgery go? I knew you were talking about surgery. It sounds like it went well. Thank you, Lisa. Again, if you guys are late, please, we're trying to get as many people to pray for my mother-in-law. Mamasita is terminally ill, and she only has so much time. So we're praying for no pain, and I'm hoping for a miracle, and maybe it'll go into what do they call it when cancer like stops, regresses? What do they call it? Recession? No. What do they call cancer when remission? Thank you, remission. God, you guys are so smart. I love it. So what's going on? Come on, tell me what's going on. Hi from Australia. What time's it there? It's got to be breakfast time, probably. I've been to Brisbane. I want to go back. I caught the worst flu there, influenza B. It about killed me. That was like 10 years ago. I had to cancel my trip to Alaska with my boys and then postpone it. We went to Kodiak and Katmai Lodge. Wow. There's a video on that on my other channel. Really, Alaska's unbelievable. I think I'm going to take a road trip up there in a couple of years in the van and get some Alaska stories, huh? I know there was a serial killer loose up in Anchorage, up in like Denali back in the day. Robert Tucker enjoyed my video on the Donnelly clan. Thank you. And you're from Indianapolis? Oh, man, Robert, I got an episode coming out that talks about Indianapolis, especially. Was it Mount Carmel? Oh, no. It's an episode that's coming out that I didn't. I can't even tell you what it is, but it involves a skull. Anyway, the grave robbers. Yeah. Indianapolis. I did that episode there. I did several there of the resurrectionists. Did you know Ohio and Indiana were the hot spots? Not so much Illinois or other places. Those were the hot spots for some reason in the 1800s, 1700s for grave robbing. Indiana and especially Indianapolis. The one episode I did is over 100 women were, robbed, their bodies taken within months by this crew. Just northwest. I went to the empty grave there's the big headstone of this woman, and she's not there, but there's her headstone, empty coffin. Most of your stories involve a skull, Jane says. Yeah, that's true. We love the skulls. Carlette, I was arguing with the nursery, ordered plants, and they sent me little witty look like weeds. Okay, well, you better send them back. Is that for the cemetery? Or is that flowers for home? Thanks, Travis. It goes a long way. Travis is saying lots of prayers, miracles. Wouldn't it be unbelievable if I report back to you that the cancer is somehow in remission? Would that be a miracle from heaven? It would have to be. But this kind of stuff happens. Maybe it's 1 in 1,000. I don't know. Maybe it's 1 in 100. But with all the prayers, we can maybe make it happen. Where is Cody? You guys want to see Cody? There she is. Where's your bone? Where's your bone? Get your bone. Get your bone. Bring it here. Oh, she's going to bring her bone. She's so smart, this dog. What do you have? Come on. Come here. Up. Let me see your bone. Oh, she does have her bone. Let me see the bone. What do you have? Where did you go? Oh, she's over there. All right, go play with your bone. She's going to go chew on her bone now. See, she's got her bone. All right, she's going to go lay down. Cody's going to bury that bone. No, she doesn't bury him. She eats them and leaves them. Give her like a bone every other day like that. They're from the butcher. A lot of them are organic. She's real sensitive to, can't give her treats and stuff. Her chin breaks out in pimples and bleeds, and we got to be really careful. So the bones that we give her, got to be really careful, but they keep her teeth clean. That's the big, she has good breath. Once her breath starts smelling, got to give her a bone. That's how they clean their teeth, I guess, right? Yeah, she's funny. She's right here now. What do you have? Oh, what do you have? Oh, now she's gonna take her bone. Yeah, she's a character. Any plans to come back to Minnesota? Ken asks. I have a story near Duluth of it's the Edmund Fitzgerald. It's like one of those freighters, not well-known story, and it's a wreck and men died, and yes, that's my big story for there. And I might do it with I actually suggested the story. Laura, thank you, $5. We love you in Kentucky, your faithful friends. Kentucky, where are you at? Are you in Louisville, or where are you at? Louisville has that Cave Hill Cemetery, all the copper statues. Holy cow. Kimberly just sent me a bunch of pictures and find a graves for there. But what was I talking about? Yeah, Duluth. What I was going to say is that part-time explorer Tom, good friend of mine, great stand-up guy. I know you guys, we talked about Part-Time Explorer channel. He puts out one video a month maybe, and he puts the yeoman's effort in. It's like way better than my videos. This guy is way better than me. I'm more casual. But he has a good balance of him not being too stuffy, really good narrator, really good effects, and the research he does, and stories you've never heard of. It's not like the Titanic over and over and over. His stories are unbelievable. Thank you, Debbie, for the 5. And Bernadette watches him. Anyway, so I'm very, very good friends with him, the family. He's Nova Scotia. He might be coming through Arizona, and hope to do a story with him. But I let him know about this story in the secret story in Duluth area that I have, and maybe he'll do it. If we both do it, it's cool. But we want to collaborate some more. But yeah, I have that, but let me look at Minneapolis, because I have everything like organized, really. I'll show you what I do. You guys use notes? You YouTubers? And by the way, fellow YouTubers, if you're watching, I don't know if this is true, but when I put out shorts, and some of them, like the Cody one, got like 10,000 views or something, my subscriber growth rate drops. The algorithm goes to crap. And when I was on the Nova Scotia trip, I put out like shorts every day. And for some reason, when I started doing, and it happened to me before, and I think there's a connection. So I'm not doing shorts anymore, because now my channel is going up again. It was like, by the way, I don't know if you know this, and again, for fellow YouTubers, but there's the analytics are really good. You can check, and there's one link I have, analytics, where you can see. And by the way, it's not all about subscribers. It's about views. You can have a lot of subscribers, but it's all about your views. Subscribers it doesn't really mean anything, but it's nice to see your numbers go up. But one day I went to look, I was like, why is my number frozen? It actually went down a little bit. And I come to find out, and I've watched this now for a couple of years consistently. I'll go look, and YouTube deletes from me. I don't know about you other guys who are YouTubers, content makers. I lose about 100 subscribers a day. And I talk to YouTube support and all that, and I go, how can 100 people, and then I'll get 130 at the same time. So it's lose 100, gain a net 30. That's like what I see a lot when I'm getting average views or typical views, not big views. And I'm like, what? Well, those are closed accounts, those are spam accounts, and those are crooks and this and that and the other. Those aren't. Now, I believe, and I've had a lot of you guys tell me that you got unsubscribed and you had to resubscribe. So I think a portion of that is my real subscribers are just getting deleted by YouTube. But I can tell you that, like, if I check today, I probably lost 100 subscribers today, and I probably picked up 150 because the Donnelly's video got a lot of views, over 100,000. So that, like, the algorithm goes up and you get more subscribers because I think more people see that video and they put it out more, and then more people sign up. But oh, interesting. Lorraine's not fond of shorts. Yeah. Well, I try to do them like when I'm on trips, like, here's what's going on. Here's where I'm at. It's kind of fun. Oh, I want to show you this. I don't think I'm going to do them anymore because it's weird. It like just crashed my channel. Like it was going backwards for a week until I put some more content out. And that's never happened before. So yeah, Leslie never gets notifications. Yeah, I don't know. I know Debbie likes the shorts. I think a lot of you guys probably like the shorts. So I'll do some one, and maybe it's not. Maybe it's not at all that. Maybe it's not at all that. I don't know. Baby angel in Winona, Minnesota would be an incredible story. Baby found in the Mississippi, or ooh, mystery was, oh, okay. Ken, on Instagram or email, facesforgottentoday@gmail.com. That's my email. Facesforgottentoday@gmail.com. Send me the find a grave. That's always just send me the find a grave link because I need a grave, and then that starts me down the road. Thank you, Alice, part-time explorer. Now I'm noticing that it's getting darker much quicker now because we're far north. It'll get dark at 11 p.m. in July, or like July 4th. And now I can already see it's like getting darker. Roman Rambler, can anyone see my comment? I can see it. Did you make an earlier comment? Let us know what you're thinking. Thanks, Aurelia. Thank you for your prayers. We really need the prayers, guys. Trisha says, when I stop getting notifications, I unsub the channel, resub, and turn. Yeah. YouTube, I think they delete a lot of my faithful subscribers, and I've heard that. So I think they just got lost in the, but isn't it interesting? I'll have to show you the graph someday. It's really alarming. Yeah. See, now a lot of comments coming in. Mary Bonita, I just had to subscribe again. I love your channel. Thank you. Fellow YouTuber Flo, YouTube changed a ton of my notifications to none from all. I had to go back and change them back. I know. I don't know what they're doing. Heidelbear says she was unsubscribed. I'm not surprised. LM Wright, prayers do work, lifting the whole family. Thank you. Prayers for Mamasita, guys, please. I miss Flo. I miss Britain. I'm going to get my Britain fix this weekend. I know you guys like Britain. Britain is a grandfather now. Lily had a baby girl, I think 6 months ago. Congrats, Britain. Another YouTube channel, Mariana, they experiencing the same things with YouTube. So yeah, I know they're just wiping subscribers out left and right. And I asked them, I'm on support and chat, and it's always the same answers. You had 1,000 in chats and more in past chats, so this is good, 500. But where's the other 500? I know. I don't know. Grow your beard back. Oh, it's going to be a while before I do that. Winter is coming. Uhtred. No, is that Uhtred? Yeah, winter is coming. No, that was was that Game of Thrones? What's all right? Is that game? That was Game of Thrones. Winter's coming, right? I love that. Are they going to do another part 2? Okay, I got a recommendation. Just watched. It's on part 4. It's The Rock. It's not The Rock. It's the Aquaman guy that looks like The Rock, but he's cooler, in my opinion. Anyway, that guy stars in a thing called Chiefs on Netflix. And it goes back to Hawaii, to like this Captain Cook, and just after Captain Cook, 1700s, 1800s, and the wars between Maui, Oahu, Hawaii, and then three-masted sail ship comes, and all kinds of crap happens. And this chief, this is really good. You guys got to go on Netflix and watch this series. And it's going now. It's on part 4 this Friday. Tomorrow night, part 4 comes out. But I'll be back in Chicago visiting Mamasita. And we're going to the hospital with her, so won't be able to watch it. But yeah, check out that Netflix. I like the World War II stuff the best. Have you guys seen Mincemeat, Operation Mincemeat? Or, of course, I love that actor who played in Peaky Blinders, Shelby. He's so strange looking. There was a movie he did that I watched 2 weeks ago when he was in his 20 years old, and it was Red Eye. It was like, have you heard of Red Eye? He did this movie where he's like a really bad guy, and it's a red eye flight movie in a jet. Anyway, Red Rooster, if you enjoyed my pirate videos, the Golden Age. So the pirate episode that I did, that I'm still in editing, this is just a monumental editing epic. I got to get back to it. I don't know when I'm going to put it out. In Orkney, is one of the top 20 pirates in William Defoe's book, and there's nothing on him. Blackbeard, Captain Kidd, blah 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 blah. No, this guy, there's not much out there on him. And of course, I went to the place, right? Oh, I if you guys watch my channel, then you know the short I did in Stromness Museum. That'll give you a hint. I can't tell you his name. It's a secret. You got to figure it out. But let me tell you, I go from Orkney all the way to Execution Dock. Low tide and then high tide. Right? Wapping, England. Prospect of Whitby. Prospect of Whitby. You know what that is? That is the bar. Go to my shorts. Go back when I was in England. By the way, the best fish, deep fried fish, like beyond anywhere, the best I've ever had. Fish fry, whatever you call it. Fish and chips. And that's when I went down the street to that other pub, which was claimed to be the oldest. I forget the name of it, where I told that story of that villain politician who was trapped there and found there in the cellar, and they got him. And yeah, that street, the cobblestone street right on the river Thames, is unbelievable. And they have the gallows there. So I finished my story there because that's where he was hanged, of course, at the gallows there in Wapping, Execution Dock. And it's a great episode, man. I can tell you, I saw the blood on the floor of the house in Orkney. I saw the blood of where he was held. I stood there and looked down. 1700s, I looked at the blood stain. There it was, dark as it was. You could see it still there. This is history, guys. Things in Scotland don't change. You can walk back in time. It's phenomenal. You stand there, you're like, I'm standing in the same place. he was here. And then I went to a Viking stronghold house where he was held prisoner. Okay. And this is not on, this is 2 ferry rides in the Orkney to get to this Viking stronghold house that was probably built in before Christ. I don't know. And the walls are still half there, melting into the ocean. And if you're not careful, you'll get sucked into the ocean. I've got it all on tape. 4K cinematic drone, little Jimmy. This is going to be my big episode, and it probably won't get a lot of views because I don't know. People don't know, and they're like, they won't click on it. Who cares? You guys will like it. It'll be worth waiting for, but I'll probably come out it'll come out before Halloween. Definitely come out in September, right? The short had ferry. Yeah, I did show ferry rides in the short, Red. Yeah. Thank you, PLM4, for the prayers. Thank you. Yep, whale watching. They have orcas there, I think. Yep, I didn't see any, but I got some good footage of the Isle of Hoy. Did you like that episode of the woman, the woman on Hoy? Man, it was so windy. I almost blew me over. The drone goes right. That doesn't care about the wind. Just like airplanes. It's like swimming in a river. Once you get up in the wind and you're drifting, it's smooth. And you're going across the ground at 30 miles an hour, but you're in the river. You're in the current. It doesn't know. It flew great. As long as there's no turbulence. That's where, on hot days, ancient bloodstains. Who wrote that? Yeah, that was like Jane. Yeah, I got to see it, but I did not I have a still image of it, and they just did not want it to be like live videoed. And so I got an image. You will see it, but you're going to see the place. And I'll show you the window. That's the window where they had him. The drone master Ron. Thanks, Red. Yeah, I enjoy doing the drone, but now my fingers are so shaky. I've got that hand tremor thing going. I don't know what they call it. It's a shaky hand. So I'm actually going to go see the doctor in Arizona to find out what the heck that has been getting worse and worse over the last 5 years. And it's starting to affect. Now, I know I don't think I have Parkinson's or something, because I think your head's, I don't have it. It's just, so look at this. See that? And sometimes when I get on the drone, for some reason, my fingers go like crazy. I think I'm nervous and excited. And I'm like, Jesus, settle down, dude. Jesus Marias. Yeah, Jennifer, you'll like it. It's worth, I'm glad September, we'll look at it. Yeah, where is Ruth Tester? Is she missing tonight? How many people do we have? So I'm on the laptop. I'm not used to doing this. Do we have, we got almost 500. Cool. If the number starts going down, then, the number's going up, it looks like. Okay, then let's keep going. You guys want to keep going? I got nowhere to be. You guys want to look around here? I can show you a little, I think some of you have seen it. Let's go see what Cody's doing. Now I got to stay like close. This is like the sunroom. We have breakfast here. So I got to stay close because I'm on Wi-Fi. But let's. This is the porch. I designed this porch like 5 years ago and had it built. Because there was just a deck here. There was just this floor. By the way, this grill, this is the best grill on the planet. It's old. It's like 20 years old, but it gets like 800 degrees. It's like crazy. It's a ceramic stuff. So, there's a little look at the lake. There's the giant pier. It goes out 130 yards because it's all marsh. And we have two fawns and a doe every morning. And then another deer doe that has one fawn. And then down there is the fire pit in the woods. I wish I could show you that, but if I get away from the house, it'll I'll lose the Wi-Fi. So, yeah, that's the living room. You guys seen that bedroom? There's Mamasita's room right there on the end. These two windows. That's Mamasita. But sadly, I don't know if she's ever going to come back. She loves it here, guys. She loves it here. Do you guys like hummingbirds? I love hummingbirds. So Mamasita would sit here. And you can't see it, but right down there, right there, there's a little tiny branch that comes down with no leaves. And there'd be a hummingbird every day that would sit there. Mamasita, this is a month and a half ago. She was here for 5 weeks. And she found a 4-leaf clover. And she said that she prayed to God and she said, before I die, I want to see a 4-leaf clover. And she found a 4-leaf clover just 2 months ago. I hope that's not. But anyway, the hummingbird would come and then Mamasita would take her phone and go down the stairs here and go take pictures of the hummingbird. So, I'll show you something else that's pretty cool. So I don't do this anymore, but it's kind of dangerous. But you see right over here, I had a barrel there, and then I've got like lights that shine all night. And that's where the black bears would come, and I would feed them cookies. I had like whiskey barrels full of cookies, and they would come, and then there was too many. And then it started to become kind of crazy. And when I was out on the lawn one day, right out in front of the house, and all of a sudden a black bear like 10 feet away comes running by at full speed, and another one's chasing it. And they were like 300-pound black bears fighting. I'm like, that's it. Too crazy. We never had a problem. I was under the picnic table, guys. I was under this picnic table. Okay. See that picnic table? I was under that picnic table, and a black bear, I mean a massive black bear, I'm laying on my back, and it walked right by me, and it looked down at me. And I was just like, okay. But 999 of 1,000 black bears, they're like giant raccoons. They're afraid of people. But it's 1 in 1,000 is a man killer. So you never know. But yeah, black bears are cool. I got a picture of when a big boar came during the day, and we had cubs. Every spring we had cubs, 5, 6, 7. We had 6 cubs go in the cookie box, which was a giant, like a box. And they were all in there like eggs, like in an egg crate, and they're all eating the cookies. And the mom was watching the mother bear, and like just digging the cookies out and throwing them everywhere and just making a mess. And hey, thanks, Linda. $50. Holy cow. Linda G, the coma? What's that all about? Well, it could be nocturnal recluse. Yeah, it might be 1 in a million as a man killer. Yeah, and black bears, not grizzly bears, though, and not polar bears. That's a whole different story. So anyway, we had one time a big boar, which is the male, come down from the creek, and he was coming up, and all the cubs scrambled to the tree. And I got a picture. I'll have to post it. Maybe I posted it already. And I got a picture of like 5 cubs on the tree. The mother sitting there looking like this, and the boar you can see coming up, and he was big. But the cubs, they stay all night. They'll go right up the tree and they'll just stay there. And then you hear them crying for their mother. So anyway, yeah, black bears are cool, but it just got to be too many. And we have little kids coming here now. My niece and her kid. And that you can't have like black bears coming in. No. Thanks, Linda Saunders. Linda says I'm a good storyteller. That's cool. And Purple Pop Girl is related to Quanah. Is that Quanah Parker you're talking about? The chief. Let's see. That would be Texas, Quanah Parker, and that would be the Comanche. Which, boy, oh boy. Linda G, the Comanche psychic. Okay, yeah, I was right. Right on. Black bears and dogs don't mix. No. Yeah. I will beg to differ with you, Susan, on the black bears being pretty radical with the cubs. I've had several experiences with cubs and the mom running away and all that. Now, I'm not saying that happens now. Grizzly bears is a whole different story. 180 degrees different. You know, million stories. That's, you hear a baby grizzly bear cry, or you surprise it, you know you're going to be in a world of hurt. You might be killed. When you turn your hat back around, you look like my dad. Is that good or bad, Carla? Well, Carla, if you're in your 60s, I feel pretty bad. That means I look like I'm 80 or 90. How old are you, Carla? Or how old was your dad when I look like him? You got to tell me now. How much a year roughly do you make, Todd, Bob? I thought about starting a channel. Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you guys. I got nothing to hide. And by the way, I'll start by saying, do you guys want to hear about this? I'll just open book, tell you what the money part is. And Flo, jump in. Oh, I'll do, Flo, I'll do the trail cam, guys. But summer's boring. There's no animals except deer. It's the winter when I come back. That's where the cool. You guys want to hear how much money I make on YouTube? It's shocking, the trend. It's funny. Denise just got here. What's going on? Denise, it's very simple. Please pray for my mother-in-law. She's dying of cancer. Inoperable. I need your prayers. It's Mamasita. Emilia, $2. Thank you. Come on, guys. I can't eat all this alone. I got crackers, I got pepper jack, and then some kind of other cheese. I don't know what that is, but that's my dinner. Oh, he's in his 50s. Oh, thank you, Carla. You're so awesome. Now I feel good. I'm going to go to bed tonight. It's like, oh, I look younger than I am. I'm 66, guys. No, I'm turning 60. I'm turning 66 in August this month. I can't tell you my birthday, but because I don't want birthday wishes. Oh, thanks, Jennifer. Yeah, but I've aged a lot this year, last year or two. Look at my hair. It's almost white now. It's unbelievable. Like just the last few years. Although I feel really good. My weight's the same. I feel pretty good. Your knees are 35, Ron. I saw those stone steps. Oh, yeah. How about that climb? Give me a respirator, man. Yeah, that castle, and it wasn't Sterling. It was that Mary Queen of Scots video. That was a cool place. So yeah, YouTube. I'll tell you a little bit about YouTube. When I first started the channel, so it's 5 years ago, mid-July, 5-year anniversary, 2020. I remember exactly when I got to 10,000 subscribers. And this will show you why subscribers, everyone goes, oh, he's got 700 subscribers. He must be making millions. It has nothing to do. It doesn't matter. It's all about view. It's not only about views, but it's how many episodes you're putting out. Okay. So listen to this. Now, by the way, I'm going to caveat all of this. I can, and YouTube will never admit this, but Scott, if you're watching, Flo, whoever, YouTubers, I want to hear back from you. But I will maintain that 5 years ago, YouTube was paying me for every view minute or view second, however they do it. I was getting paid a lot more money. And I think they've just cut way back. I'll never be able to trace it. I don't have time to trace it, and I don't care. And as you guys know, I don't do this for the money because it's inconsequential to my life, and only because I started a company in 1993. No one would back me. The small business, and I tried to get a loan. I had to do it on credit cards, and I had about 2 months to put my plan in action. If I failed, I would be in debt, and I'd have to go to work for someone. And I took the risk, And I had a company in a 3-flat for like a year. And we ended up in that 3-flat with 12 people, architectural design, finally got our first office space. Anyway, built a sizable company in 30 years, and I sold it. And I'm really grateful to those that I wasn't greedy. I shared a lot of my profits and ownership. And I said, I want to have a bigger, I want to have a smaller part of a bigger pyramid. That was my philosophy, because the guy I worked for had a smaller pyramid, but he wanted it all, and I got nothing. That's why I left. So anyway, so I sold my company, and I'm fine. I don't need YouTube money. But interestingly, when I first started the channel in 2020, I got to 10,000 subscribers. I was doing 3, sometimes 4 videos a week, and I was getting pretty good views. I made over $100,000 my first year. I was averaging $12,000 a month to $15,000 a month. You got to pay taxes on that, by the way. You know, YouTube, you've got to file, you've got to, you know, W-2 or K-1s and all that. You know, it's like real deal. You got to pay. You got to pay. So I was like, holy cow! I never expected that. It's like, oh, that's kind of like gravy. So my second year, and then ever since then, it's just going down. My subscribers are going up. Now, the last couple of years, 2 episodes a week at most, sometimes 1, always Sunday nights. But I am down now, probably right now. If I look at my analytics, I'm making like $3,000 or $4,000 a month. So 10,000 subscribers, doing a little, you know, doing more. 5 years ago, $12,000 a month. Now, 3,000 to 4,000. And I don't even look at it hardly, but I looked at it a couple of weeks ago, because it shows, you know, you don't even have to look for it. And it's like, and it just shows the down arrow. My YouTube income's going down and down and down. I'm probably like $3,000 a month right now. So you pay taxes on those too. No, it's money. I'm not complaining, but I don't think you can make a living off this unless you're just putting out. I think you need to get 100,000 views per episode, and you need to get one of those episodes, like 1 or 2 a week like that. Scott, YouTube is brutal right now. Scott, welcome. Scott's chiming in, and you're considering leaving it. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. There's a channel called Obsolete Oddity. Adi Bo, who I keep in touch with, who I love his stuff. He has the most brilliant effing work, like Scott. Brilliant stuff. And YouTube just screws you over. They demonetize. I don't know. I don't know what's up. Now, Scott, you're going to be around. But you're right. They are screwing us. And you can't put your finger on it. Who's got time? And even if you do, they're blowing you off. Like, Scott, have you chatted with the YouTube you know, the chat and the support, and you just get, you're not getting nothing. So anyway, I don't want to get too, where did Cody go? I just heard oh, she's right here. Cody, look up. Who's here? Where's your bone? Where's your bone? It's right there. Oh, she's got her bone. There she goes. Now she's going to take her bone and go chew your bone. All right, you can come here. Good girl. She's laying down. So Cody's here. She follows me wherever I go. It's so funny. I go to the bathroom. She's got to be in the bathroom with me. I go to the garage. If I close the door behind me, I got to let her, like, every second she's got to be with me. She's awesome. Best, not just the best lab, best dog I've ever had. Smartest and most loving. She's a cuddler. So anyway, spoiler. Scott says, I have a meeting with my YouTube manager Monday, and I'm going to see what he says. It's all downhill. Really? I mean, you got great stuff. You get big views. I got your text a week or two ago that, you were really not happy. So it's because they are adjusting the algorithm again with YouTube. Okay. Well, I hope they can adjust, because your content's awesome. And yeah, you know what? Let me tell you guys, Scott, me, everybody. And by the way, Part-Time Explorer, Tom said the same thing. I'm hearing this consistent flow. What about you? Everybody's saying the same thing. So something weird's going on. Toby Cyrus, $10. Enjoy your content. Keep up the good work. I mean, that's what keeps me going, is the comments. Now, when I first started the channel, I gotta share something with you. Scott, stay with me. Scott, you got to hear this. I didn't tell you this. I'm going to share something with you pretty devastating that happened to me the first year. Do you guys want to hear this? The story, it like shook me up. YouTube from somebody that went after me. All right. The first 6 months I started this channel, I caught COVID, but I wanted to go out to do the story of the Italian bride at Mount Carmel. I think everybody's probably done that story before and since, but the Baccola, the Italian bride, there's a picture of, how we like the porcelains? There's a picture of her in her coffin because her mom had her exhumed like 7 years later. She had a premonition that she's still alive, and she was uncorrupted. And I think she had her baby because she died in childbirth, as I recall. Anyway, it's just crazy. And there's the picture. You can go there today, and there's the picture clear as day. And she's in the coffin, and her arm looks weird, and she's uncorrupted. And if that picture was taken 7 years later, and I don't think there was a lot of embalming going on. And even if she was embalmed, man, that was freaky. So listen to this. So I'm going to find the comment. Okay, here we go. So I got the nastiest comment that really shook me up. Now, Kimberly, if you're watching, you will remember my first 2 years. There were points where I was going to turn comments off. I know you guys have, Scott, I know you've probably been through this yourself, where sometimes the trolls just get to you, and you just want to say, F you. I'm just going to turn comments off. By the way, I turn comments off on my BUSHPILOT channel because I just don't want to manage it. I want it just to be there. But I get trolls, and I'm like, I don't want to hear it. So I'm there at Mount Carmel, and granted, I am mispronouncing some of the Italian names. I'm saying Vincenzo. When I got corrected very nicely 2 years ago, an older Italian gentleman older than me said, son, it's pronounced Vincenzo. And he did it in such a nice way. And I'm like, thank you. Although, I get so many cruel people years ago, when I started, it's like, oh, you can't even talk, and you talk too slow, and this and that. And it mounts up, and so after all of that, and by the way, now I like laugh and just block. I laugh and I block. Like and they will tell you, people will say I have a zero tolerance, because this is my house. This is my living room. And if you're going to make a negative comment, I'm not going to just delete it. You're blocked. You're gone, because I don't give a crap. You're gone. So let me find this here. So there was a guy in New Orleans, right? And his name is Terry Tolkien, Tolkin. He has a YouTube channel. You can look him up. Terry Tolkien. And his YouTube channel, his picture, the thumbnail is this bloody-eyed, bloodshot, like this part of the face. And it's this creepy guy. And, so I'm going to show you this. So here's how I do my stories. This is how I keep track. You guys send me stories, and I have this running list by state. So if I were to say, what state is that? Australia, right? I got Australia stories. If you go California, I hit California. Yeah, I'm showing you, like, I got here's my stories, and I got the Find a Grave. I got the Find a Grave links, and I got everything. So I have a thing that says haters and trolls. All right, see that? Haters and trolls. And I had to save, this. There he is. Can you see that guy? That face? Terry Tolkien. I'm going to read to you this comment, okay? I saved this. Now, look, that comment was in 2020 from Mount Carmel, and it really just hit me in the stomach. And of course, even today, reading this, I'm going to read it. Do you have any idea just how insulting and belittling what you are doing is? You appear to be traipsing aimlessly through a very sacred place of honor while managing to mispronounce and mangle every single Italian surname that you attempt to phonetically blurt out. It's pretty good. Additionally, if you had any real comprehension of the histories of some of those individuals that you're casually walking by, you'd be showing much more respect for their families because many of them were leaders in their communities, a position often referred to as being the Don of their neighborhoods, talking about the Italians, of course. And then he says, listen to this. He goes, believe me, man, their direct descendants are going to see this and just may pay you a visit in person. One that may very well end with such and such person standing over your headstone and retelling the tragic tale of how you brought this all on yourself. How effing ironic, quote unquote. Now, I was so upset about this that I called the police because it was kind of like, I have to admit, it was veiled, not really a death threat, but it made me so mad and upset and shaken that I called my local police department. I go, what do you think about this? And the detective, Hawthorne Woods, I forget his name, got so mad that he goes, I will take care of this for you. I said, what are you going to do? He goes, I will take care of this. And I guess he contacted police department to police department, and they went to this guy's house, and I feel like, holy shit, I didn't intend for that to happen. But I was, it was like, I can't tell you, it just shook me up. And maybe I did the wrong thing, but I'm going to tell you this. I looked the guy up then, and he's got a Wikipedia page. He's a nobody, but he has a Wikipedia page that he made up on himself. I think he made, it's a narcissistic guy. And then, it has always stayed with me. Every few months, I'll think about this guy. I don't know why. So 2 weeks ago, I was like, I wonder what's going on in his channel. Nothing's been released. And it's all creepy, stupid stuff. He's got maybe 10 videos. And I go on the internet and he died. He's dead. Unless it's been fake news. But it said that he died a year later. After he made this comment, a year later, he was dead. HIV. So I don't know if you guys look, is it fake news? Is he really dead? I don't know. But if he is, then what goes around comes around, man. Bad karma. Bad karma. So what do you think, Scott? Yeah. It's still, when I read that, it's still kind of shakes me to my core. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know. It's the worst comment that I've ever got. And I've gotten some bad stuff, but 99% of the time I just block them and I laugh, and some of them, they're doing it on purpose to try to get to me. Oh, nice hair. I love your toupee. I love your toupee. This one guy was on me for like a month. I love your toupee. I love how it's so good looking. And I blocked him, but I didn't respond. But I was like, I don't have a toupee. Like, what am I going to respond? I don't have a toupee. I have real hair, which I do. But it's like, I think when I let my hair grow long and I put gel in it, I guess it looks like a toupee. Yeah, Scott, I'm sure you've gotten a few. Yeah, you told me there's just cruel people out there, but it's YouTube, You know, that's why I think if you're on TV, it's great because you don't have to look at comments, the positives and the negatives. Mostly, I would say 99% of the comments are positive. It's you guys. And that is the inspiration. It keeps me going, I have to say. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate it. So that's my I've been meaning to tell you guys that story for a while. I was like, I'm going to tell you tonight. But wasn't that, yeah, Jules, is that hatred or what? I mean, that's like I'm out there trying to bring memories back and forgotten people. And partly I'm just interested in seeing the graves of, these and storytelling. So yeah, I think Scott, you're more generous. Like most guys, you might delete some and you might leave them up. But I have no tolerance because I don't care. I'm like, go, you're gone. And I've never asked for subscribers, and I don't care if those subscribers are blocked and I lose a subscriber. I could care less. Then I have people go, I'm unsubscribing from you. You offended me somehow. I'm like, good for you. Be gone. I don't really care. I just want the people that I like in this community. That's all I care about are the good people like you guys. Thank you, Amy. And thank you, Trish. Please, something for your milk. I don't understand, Trish. What is Trish Hall? What does that mean? Please, something. My first thought is you should do a story about him. You're still here and he's not. Kathy, find a grave. Terry Tolkien. There's no way. If we find his grave, I will stand over. He said stand over my grave. I will do that. I don't want bad karma though. But you're tempting me. Let's go to Find a Grave. I'm going to look up right now. He's on Find a Grave. Terry, I will be shocked. He's probably cremated. Tolkien. Nope, nothing there. If anybody knows where this guy is, then I swear to God, then I had for like 2021, I would think about it. I said, I'm going to, I've been to New Orleans 2 or 3 times. And one of the times I'm like, I'm going to go find this guy and punch his ass out. Like literally punch him out, but then it's assault. And then what if he draws a gun? It's like, you can't do that kind of stuff today. But I had thoughts. I'm going to go find, if you see pictures of him, he is creepy looking. He looks like Alice Cooper dead 3 months, like Alice Cooper rotted. That's what this guy looks like. And it's like, yeah, Carla's like, do it, go for it. Well, if he's still alive, let's find, help me guys, or Deb, let's find this guy. Is he really dead? Deb could tell, or some of you guys, ancestry people. Alicia Brewer, you were with me with 50 people, 50 subscribers. That's so cool. Those were the days, the innocent days of the shaky camera and just walking and tripping. And it was horrible, my early productions. But it was an adventure. Tracy says, don't do a video on him. I worry about that being called. Yeah, I agree with you. No, Lisa. Yeah, the bad comments don't get to me. Either some nasty ones last month. And I laugh because I can see through most of them. They're trying to just poke my eye. They don't really mean it, but they're trying to get a reaction. It's like a little kid. And it's like, was this Terry Tolkien guy in the music business? Yes. Scott, this is for you, baby. He was a music producer. Go look him up. You can find him on YouTube. I don't know if it's fake or what, but he's got a YouTube. And by the way, this is my friend Randy Swift. All right. Rest in peace, Randy. Randy and I were troublemakers in grade school. We threw a smoke bomb in an apartment building and thought it was funny, and the fire department came and we got grounded. Yeah, Terry no, not Tolkien, Tolkin. Let's get on this. I want to know if this guy is still alive or not. I don't want to hassle him. Here, I'm going to show you. Can you guys see that? Shaky hands. You can go find him on YouTube, Terry Tolkien. And he hasn't had any content for like a lot of years, like 3 years. I think he is dead because 2022. Yeah, it says he died in 22. But he's like a nobody who made a Wikipedia page about himself. But that is my number one worst comment, and I saved it. I just said, I got to save this for one day. Holly Alvarado. I never try to be negative or rude. Yeah, just explain yourself. Like, I take positive criticism. Like, it's not Vincenzo, it's Vincenzo. Thank you. The guy was really cool. Yeah, it's Tolkien. No, Stevie G, don't hassle him. I don't want that. But I want to know. I think he's dead in 2022, but he may not be. It was weird because I didn't see it. I didn't see that he died a year or two ago. I think I checked. So why is it on Wikipedia now that he's dead? Could be like to get attention. He's probably still alive and wants attention, because that's my impression of this guy, Terry Tolkien. He is an attention seeker, and he's trying to push. He's one of those, probably, he seems to be very smart and evil, that kind of a guy. He might be a killer. Who knows? Might be a serial killer. Yeah, you just come for me, buddy. You picked the wrong guy. Is he supposed to be a music executive? Yeah, if you go on Wikipedia, and there's pictures of him. If you just hit images, you'll see pictures of him. Like he said, he looks like Alice Cooper, age 120. It's real. He worked with a few big bands. He must have gone crazy by the end. Okay. Yeah, this guy was a bad guy. Scott says he's definitely dead. There's articles about him. HIV, I think I read. This was last week. Yeah, well, find his grave, guys. Email me, facesforgottentoday@gmail.com. I'm sure he got crisped in the crematoria and his ashes are unclaimed. That's my guess. Yeah, but Karen, do you know he died in 2022? You can't believe Wikipedia. Scott, let's go together. I'll do it with you. That's a good excuse to go to New Orleans for both of us. And we'll dance and have a party there. And we'll be positive. We're not going to spit on his grave. We're not going to pee on his grave. Like I was tempted to Mr. Murphy, who, my vice principal in 7th grade, who, it's a whole nother story. The story I did at Bohemian National of Lester something, who shot himself because the parents didn't support him and the kids teased him. Scott can do it. He will keep it respectful. Yeah, or Scott can do it. Yeah. Road trip. Westy 66. Yes, I say road trip. Let's have fun with that. What kind of person writes something like that? Yes, Paul, I'm coming to Chicago tomorrow. I'm going to be there this weekend, mainly for my mother-in-law and to help. But I'm going to film with Britton. Me and Britton are going to, and Britton's going to be the star. And I'm going to try to keep my mouth shut because I talk over him a lot. But sometimes I try to help him get going. Pray for him. That's what prayers are for. Yeah, that's true. Thomas Yoakum. I agree. You're right. Scott, what do you think? We're going to go down there? I need to go. New Orleans is like so cool, and I need my Scott fix. So that would be we got to do something together. Ron, give Britton my love. I will, Flo. He is pumped for this weekend. I was excited. I got a text back from him. He's like, I'm in, I'm in. Yeah. He's knew the story. He knows all the stories. So I got to catch up with him. And so I think when we do the video, we'll do a little catch up too, to find out what he's been up to. Yeah, awesome collab. You guys like Britton, right? I think Britton has never gotten a bad comment. I get bad comments sometimes. Britton has never gotten a troll or bad comment. And by the way, he doesn't have his own YouTube channel because he's above that. He's in movie producing. Oh, the guy had a GoFundMe page. Angie, can you text me that or put it on here, the link? He died in January. He had a GoFundMe page. Oh, man. After he spread that negative karma, he's pumping people for money. Wow. You know, here's my prediction. I say he's probably not dead, and all of this is a ruse to get money. That's the kind of guy this guy probably was. I don't know, but that's how he came off. I don't know whatever happened when I never heard, like, did the police go to his door or what? He would be the type, if the police did go to his door, to just laugh and go, bah, ha, ha. The beastie little bug. What part of Chicago are you from? I grew up in Niles. There's a live stream. St. Adalbert Cemetery in Niles. No, I grew up in Niles. Is that still in Niles? I think so. It's on Milwaukee Avenue. Grew up next to the cemetery. Yeah. Come to there's Kimberly. Kimberly, buy me lunch this time. You owe me a lunch. I paid for lunch, you and Ashley, last time. Did I, or did you guys buy lunch? Yeah. No, Kimberly has given me so many stories. I have a list. Okay. Pennsylvania, right? I'm talking about all my stories. Let's scroll down to Pennsylvania. Look at that. Illinois, Iowa, Maine, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Mississippi, Montana, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania. Look at all the stories I have for Pennsylvania. Look at that. Look at that. These are each is a story between these lines with the Find a Grave links. Look at all the stories. Are you kidding me? There's probably like 40 stories. Yes. And if I go, I'm only going to do like the top 5. Because what am I going to do? Stay a month? No. Crisp in the crematoria. Got to remember that one. Oh yeah, Toby. Are you talking about one of my episodes? What did I miss here? Oh, there's several articles about his death. Oh my God, I got to go online. But can't find a grave. So yeah, probably a family member has his ashes. So if any family member of Terry Tolkien sees this, feel free to, rest in peace. He's dead. I don't have any negative, like he's dead. But feel free to email me and tell me what you think of his nasty note that he sent me. That's interesting. So he's cremated, right? Wow. Yeah, I can't believe we're going down the rabbit hole with Terry Tolkien, huh? Wow. Gene lived across the cemetery when you were a kid. When I lived across the cemetery, the one thing that stuck with me was the mausoleums. And that I saw a mausoleum and the door was cracked open. And there was a chain, and I could see the crypt marble came off, and I could see the coffin. And it wasn't a casket; it was a wooden coffin. I was like, I want to see the body. I was like 10 years old, 12 years old, and Randy Swift was with me. He was with me. Wanted to see, and that's what got me fixated on all this. Hey, Ron, it's Anna Marie from Colton, California. Oh, yeah, I did an episode there. Morgan Earp, yeah. But they say Morgan's somewhere in there. That's not his actual grave. I knew the descendant of the Earp family. Yeah, that's cool. I met in Monmouth, Illinois, a lot of the Earp descendants that are still there today. And they gave me manuscripts to borrow. I'm a Wyatt Earp nut. Notice I don't have an episode on Wyatt Earp. Why? Because it's just completely worn out on YouTube. So, and he's cremated. I don't know. There's no body there. But anyway, he's got a grave. But again, you go to that cemetery. I did same cemetery is where the little girl, what's her name, who was found in the Fisk coffin, the little baby blonde girl. And I didn't show her picture on YouTube because it would have got demonetized. I showed the painting of her. And they found her under the slab of a house where the cemetery used to be. But the point is that you cannot go to the Holy Cross or whatever cemetery is because you get kicked out immediately. Linda Schallback, one of my friends and viewers, she lives out in Sacramento. She went there, and not 60 seconds into using her cell phone, they came and like threw her in the paddy wagon. So I don't know what's up with LA, but I'm not going to do Wyatt Earp for that too. That is Cody. That is Cody munching on the. Hey, where are you going? Stay here. Come here. What do I have? Come over here. Come here. We call. Oh. What do you have? Yeah, she's now the bone is almost done, so she's killing it. Hey, Lawrence, Kansas. Who's from Lawrence? I am a Jayhawk, but I'm also a Florida Atlantic guy because my youngest son is there. Since doing the episode on Alcor, would you sign up for cryonics? It's an interesting question you asked for that. So Alcor is the Cryonics Institute in Phoenix I did the episode on. And no, I was actually interested in it and intrigued with it. It's like, what do you got to lose? Except a lot of money. But at the end of the day, if you're cremated or in a coffin or, buried or in the crypt, you have no chance of revival. But maybe there's 1 in a million chance, 1 in 1,000 chance that 1,000 years from now, that place won't be bankrupt or it'll be, I think it's going to turn into a museum in 1,000, in 200 years. It's going to be a morbid museum like the place they have in, where is it? The Mutters Museum. I think that's what's going to turn out. It's because Ted Williams' head is there in a. Did you know that the pitcher Ted Williams? He's there, frozen. I think his body's frozen in one, and then his head is. Or no, I think it's just his head. I don't know, but he's there, and he's like the star attraction. And I got down on them too because they just shunted me. Like I met with a nice woman when I went in there. So no, but the owners, they like just blew me off. And they're like, well, they probably looked at my channel. He said, I don't want this weirdo guy, cemetery guy, doing a story on us. Yeah, I know there's one in Detroit too, Paul. But no, I'm over that. But I was interested in it. J. Coco, have you been to Paul Bunyan's in the Dells? Yeah, no, but this is Minocqua. And it's gone. Sadly, COVID shut it down, but really the heart and soul is the parents. I forget their names, but Nancy died. And we knew them. We haven't seen them since, but Nancy died like just before COVID of cancer, and that just I don't think the son really wanted to take over, and the father was getting pretty old, and they can't get help. You can't get summer interns and jobs, and I think all of that put together are cold. It's still there vacant, and sadly, I think that unless somebody does something with that soon, they're going to tear that place down. It's in prime real estate, right downtown Woodruff or Minocqua. So it's very sad. But yeah, I know the Dells, Hayward. There's a couple others in Wisconsin, I think, but I've not been to that. Somebody sent me some cash here. $2 from Anna M. Thank you, Anna. Yeah, so anyway, is it really an hour and 48 minutes we've been going? You got to be kidding me. Wow, it seems like we've been doing this. Can you guys hear Cody chewing on her bone? Kimberly had surgery. I remember, Kimberly, you telling me that you were going to have something. I hope you're doing okay. Is that my Kimberly? Kimberly used to be our moderator, and she's still watching our back, but she's not full time. Is Ron sipping booze? Yes, Nitro. I got a little bit of vodka in there. Glad you liked M&K, the Black Donnellys. That's getting a lot of views. So the one coming up Sunday is near London, Ontario, not London, England. Pretty cool place. Ontario is my favorite province, by the way. Although I've not been to British Columbia, I've been to Manitoba. I've been to now Nova Scotia, New Brunswick. I like Nova Scotia, but Ontario is my favorite, especially Western. I spend most of my time in Western Ontario, like where Scott is, Toronto, and then west. That's my stomping grounds. Rainy Lake, Lake of the Woods, Lac LaCroix, Ely's, Minnesota. But that's all like the zone. Red Lake. You guys know Red Lake? Here come the mosquitoes. I'm going to have to shut it down soon or put my hood up. Yeah, the mosquitoes are bad up here. Once that sun goes down, ooh, here they come. Yep. Good girl, it's not you. Cody thinks I'm going after her. Ron, I got a story in Boundary Waters. That's Ely. Yeah, well, send it over, Nitro. Facesforgottentoday@gmail.com. But send me the Find a Grave link. That's all I really want to see. I don't need all kinds of stories. That's where I start. And then if it's interesting, yeah. Big Dom, she was creepy. Who's that? You should another paranormal channel. Yeah, a lot of you guys like that. That was fun with Britain. That was a great Twilight Zone. The Wax Museum, creepy wax figures taken home by, yeah. So Twilight Zone and Wax Museum. I went to Madame Tussauds, and I got some video in there for Halloween. You saw a little bit of Jack the Ripper, but they got Crippen and some other stuff going. I was very disappointed with the horror Madame Tussauds in London. Very disappointed. Not with the whole thing. A lot of it was cool, but the horror part, the whatever it's called, terrible. I mean, I thought I was going to see Frankenstein and the Wolfman and all kinds of weird stuff and the torture. I wanted to see the torture stuff. I didn't see hardly any of that. They had a couple of serial killers and something else, a guy in goggles, and that was it. I was very disappointed. You might want to, skip. Madam, yes, Jules with Britain this weekend, but I'm not going to release it. I'll release it earlier. I'll probably release it. Well, August is like half over, and we have September. I got to get all my content out by then. Tracy says it's time to run. Yeah, I can't believe you've been with me this long. It's almost 2 hours. I'm going to stop in 5 minutes. All right. I think I've been keeping you guys too long. I've been running on and on. It's getting dark. The mosquitoes are coming. I think I'm going to start a bonfire. Although I got to get up early tomorrow. I don't think I can do the Wisconsin story. I want to do something in central Wisconsin tomorrow on the way to Chicago, but it's supposed to rain like bad in central Wisconsin. So I got my raincoat. We'll see. Have you been to the Merrimack Caverns, Jesse James hideout? No, but I went to Jesse James' house. I did that in Missouri. And Canuck Run Amok, like the Black Donnellys. Cool. Well, you'll like this one. It's right down the street from the Black Donnellys this Sunday night. The Goldilocks Axe Murderess, 1800s. Okay, so I'm going to close it up, guys, because I could just keep going. But to conclude, please pray for Mamasita. Everybody, the prayers help. No pain. And then secondly, maybe a miracle, maybe remission. I believe that's going to happen. All right, so stay with me. I'll keep you guys posted. And if I don't go live, I'm not going to be around after October 31st for a while. I'm going to be off the air, no content. So, I might, I'll try to probably do a post at some point in Mamasita, just to let you know it's going one way or the other. So, because I know you guys are all going to pray and need your prayers. No pain, that's the priority. But secondly, maybe a miracle. Maybe we can maybe she can live for several. I want her to come back here to Wisconsin. She loves it here. So anyway, and rest in peace, Randy Swift, my best friend, who died. He just died. So all right, guys, it's been great to see you. Thanks, and bye, Scott. I don't know if Scott's still with me here, but bye, you guys, and thanks for hanging out with me up here in the Northwoods. We have such a loyal community, and really, you guys keep me going. You're the reason. You're the reason. You're my strength. You're the wind in my sails. All right. So stay safe, and we'll keep in touch. All right. See you.